humans are extremely adaptable, and like we can adapt into any situation and make a good of it, or we can just like adapt in any situation. So
Para 15 you said?
16.
16, okay.
We can adapt into any situation, and humanity in any given age is like there's a threshold. Like the threshold is like a step. It's like a way to the door, as sir said yesterday. So like when you get like outside of it, you get like it's like a doorstep, and when you get outside, like you get outside of your home, that kind of. And humans have a threshold too, like for wealth and information. After a point, if you're like Bill Gates or something, if you're like extremely rich, after a point the monetary value that you have in your life won't matter. Like if you earn $1 million, if you're Bill Gates, it won't matter much. It won't give you the happiness much. And likewise, information is also the same. And like if you have like a lot of information and you get more information, it might matter because it changes, but it won't matter too much. So in paragraph 17, the writer talks about substantial happiness. Which again begins to say how the information may make you feel good, but it won't make you happy for the long run. And in paragraph 18 and 19, the writer talks about his two kids who are 10 and 13, and he talks about how they both love playing video games, but it doesn't really like give them the true happiness. Like they love playing video games, and the writer lets them play video games in the computer, which is a part of technology.
He calls it a mindless activity, right?
Yeah, mindless activity, but he is glad that it gives him fun.
Do you agree with the writer? That is mindless, do you think?
Yes.
You agree? Okay, but I disagree, because when you play games, you are not mindless. Your mind is more active, I guess. I don't know. Right? I don't think games are mindless, right? You have to use a lot of energy to play the games, right? Yes. So I disagree with the author. Go on.
So now where was it? And he calls it a mindless activity, even though he's glad that they have fun. And then he compares his kid's life with his life, and he's saying that how his and his wife, they didn't have video games back then, but they still had fun. They still enjoyed their childhood. So he just says that how bats and balls, blocks and trains and jump ropes and doll houses in 1900 could also make children happy. So
look the difference. I'll join you. Bat and ball, blocks and trains, jump ropes. 3 games, right? All these 3 games have one thing that computer game doesn't have. In bat and ball, block and train and jump rope, you need other people to play with. But when you play on computer, you don't need other people. You can play chess single on computer, right? The computer becomes the other person, right? And that's the point here. When you have other people, you are happy. But on computer, you play PUBG for 10 hours, you don't have a real other there, and you are not happy. Yes, go on.
And then in paragraph 20, the writer says that technology is obviously like bringing social structure, and he then compares technology with paints and arts. So the paints may improve with time, but the art may not improve. So technology is likewise, technology may improve, but it's not important that the social structure will improve.
So what is important is not technology. What is important is not technology. What is important? The structure that this technology produces. That is more important. If the structure is good, technology is good. If the structure is bad, technology is bad. Yes.
In the next 2 paragraphs, the writer compares web with plumbing. So like back then, many years ago, towns had shared wells and they were like communal with each other, and they had great social structure. But in future, they brought plumbing and people did it like in their own, and it was obviously healthier, and the social structure was far more convenient, but it was also lonelier in this at the same time. And likewise.
Are you Nevarga?
Yes.
So in your community you might have seen wells, right?
Yes.
In the Bahas, and then 15, 20 houses are there. Then women will gather early morning to get water, right? So they have a chance to talk to each other, right? Now, once you have taps every home, then people stop going to the well, right? So now you have convenient water supply at home, right? In the bathroom. But the problem is, water comes home, so you don't go out. So you are not meeting people now, right? Earlier, it was inconvenient, but you met people. Do you realize the earlier well technology had more human factor? The new tap technology has more machine factor. And the argument here is that more human factor brings more happiness. More machine factor does not bring happiness. Yes.
So in next paragraph, yes, the writer says that how like back then human ingredient was like more there, and right now there's more machine ingredient. And then he compares us to a kid in a candy store, and how like we can always like want more, but at one point it will be like it will matter, but it won't bring changes. And then in next paragraph,
Which 23? Okay.
and in the next paragraph, the writer says like web is like not revolutionary, it's just like breathing. So is breathing helpful? Yes, because we have to survive, but it will not make the world better in coming years. But I mean it will, but only in a certain way.
Technology is natural to human life as breathing is. As you can't live without breathing, you cannot live without technology. Right? Do you realize? It's human beings are inventive. They will always invent something, right? Yes.
And then in the next paragraph, the writer has said that he published a book called Mirror World in 1991. And it was like a celebration of the new modern
What is a mirror world? What's the name?
Ekta.
Ekta. What is a mirror world?
It's like we have our world and there's another world. Just
For example, look, Ekta is studying, right? Look on the screen over there. Can you see us there? So that's the mirror world. This is the real world, and that is the. Now, if I upload this on YouTube this evening, you can watch it, right? You can watch it, right? But the point is, the joy you get when you see two of us in the class presenting is not equal or is more than the joy you get by watching us on screen. People on screen are not real. They are virtual. We two right now are real. Right? And his argument is, it is this reality that brings happiness, not that reality on the screen. You look in the mirror, right? So who do you see in the mirror? You see your duplicate, right? You see your duplicate. But the person in the mirror is not the real. You are and you pinch yourself, and you are the real. Because the person in the mirror has no feeling, but you have the. Yes, go on.
And in that book, he says like how in 50 years or in future, we will be able to travel the world in our pajamas inside our own home, but it won't be like going.
Travel. I like this phrase. Traveling the world in your pajamas. You are in the bedroom with a laptop and have a virtual tour of London, right? You can do that, right? Yes.
Yes, but it won't be like actually going in the London and feeling the view. And then in next paragraph, he talks about how industrial.
Ekata, would you like to have a virtual marriage ceremony or real marriage ceremony?
Real marriage.
Why not virtual? Convenient.
Because it won't give the feeling.
Yes, go on. It won't give the feeling. Machines don't have the feeling. Yes. Move ahead.
In next paragraph, the writer talks about how
Which para? Next means which?
28.
20, okay.
how industrial age also came and we had all of these industries built up which weren't before, but it wasn't revolutionary. Like we didn't say it's a new age or new era. So that likewise, computer is also just like the industrial thing, and it's not like revolutionary or like it's not the beginning of a new era.
Let me add a point here. I feel like you are missing the point. In 20 it says that just as industrial age had possibilities, computer technology also has possibilities. And this technology creates new structure. It creates a new structure. Yes.
In the next paragraph 29, the writer considers online schooling, and like we've all been through online schooling, we know how it was, and it wasn't very effective. We all got our education system messed up for a while, and the writer talks about a student named Kate Smith and Mrs. Franstein, who is the English teacher for her, and like yes, Mrs. Franstein could teach Kate from like a far place, and she might be a perfect teacher for Kate, but she won't be like actually there. Kate won't be actually be present there. Like her mind could be somewhere else, and Mrs. Franstein could be saying something else.
Okay, let me add here. Technology has both pros and cons, right? The pros is that if you have online class, for example, you can take it from anywhere, or you can record it and take it anytime, right? But the cons is that in online class you cannot have face-to-face first-hand interaction, right? So technology has both positive as well as negative side. This is what he says in 29. Move ahead.
So in next paragraph, the writer says in 32, the writer says how the computers that we are blabbing about so much, the techniques that we are blabbing about so much, it's not
Before
actually,
you go to 32, I want you to come back to 31 and read the first line.
I would rather put Kate in an actual school where actual teachers could look her in the face when they are trying to teach her something.
I have a question to Ekta. Would you prefer an online class to this class or actual class like this?
Actual.
Why? Why you would prefer actual class? You don't have to come to LA. You can pay half fees. You can stay home. You can learn while cooking in the kitchen. Why would you prefer an actual class to a virtual class? Why?
Because I won't really be focusing on the class if I'm cooking in the kitchen.
I won't be really focusing while I'm cooking. While in the class you make me present, so I'm more focused, right? Yes, go on. Move ahead.
And the machines that we're talking about are not actually there. They're like future, so it's not a new age. And then the writer says that...
Also mention paragraph numbers as you move ahead.
Yeah. And then
They can
in
follow.
paragraph 33, the writer says how human beings are... The main goal of us is to please us. And if the computers are like really improved in 50 years or future, they must help in mankind. So that's the point of it.
In 33, we have two important things to note down. First, it says human beings are mainly interested in human being. You have a two choice sector. Which one will you choose? A cyber boyfriend who never comes to your home in reality, but is always available online, and a real boyfriend whom you meet only at the weekend but not frequently. Which one will you choose? The cyber that is always on your fingertips on mobile phone, or the real? Why you won't choose the cyber? He's always with you.
I won't be emotionally connected.
Okay, one, you won't be emotionally connected with the virtual one, right? Second, do you realize the real boyfriend has sense of morality, good and wrong. The real boyfriend has sense of purity. The real boyfriend has emotions, feelings, sensibility. The virtual boyfriend doesn't know what is wrong and right. Right? Yes, go on. Second point in the same paragraph, the best thing computer technology can do us is, look the line, helping mankind know itself better. Technology can help human beings to know themselves better. Yes, go on. Move ahead.
So in the paragraph 34, 35, the writer says like how humans, like no matter how much the computer develop and how smart it gets and how it can solve problems, how fast it can never replace a human being. Because
Computers can never replace a human being. Do you agree?
yes.
Why? Why do you agree? Why do you think computers can never replace human being? What is in the human being? What is in the human being that is not in the computer, and because of which computers can never replace human being? Can you explain?
I think emotions and personality.
Emotions,
Yes.
personality, okay, yes. So you agree that computers can never replace human beings. But as I listen to Elon Musk and his idea of implanting Neuralink chips in the human brain, I sometimes feel that maybe in future computers might defeat human beings, and then imagine a world where computers rule over us and they become human being and we become computer for them. Just imagination, right? But horrible. Imagining that somebody rules over us. Yes, go on.
So even though like the writer says like even though the computer may be maybe like full of speed and intellect and everything, but it will never really replace a human being because like we basically created that computer. So
Just a minute, I have something to talk. For example, as we were presenting, I don't know, down that corner, the boys in the back, last bench, and the four boys were talking. And what surprises me, I want to know from you, you can mail me, why when somebody is presenting and the teacher explaining, why is it that some people can't focus? You can help me understand this behavior. As a teacher, I want to understand this thing. मलाई सिकाऊ ल जस्तो हामी पढाइरहेको छौँ नि त होइन उसले बोलिरहेको छौँ सिकाइरहेको छौँ नि त अनि हामीसँग सुनिरहेको छौँ नि त केही साथीहरू सुन्न सक्नुहुन्न कि के कारण केले हुन्छ त्यस्तो मलाई बुझ्नु मन लाग्यो के भइरहेको छ केले गर्दाखेरि नट एभ्री वान इज फोकस इन द क्लास है केले सम पिपल डु नट पे अटेन्सन प्लिज हेल्प मी बाई मेलिङ मी सर हामी क्लासमा थियौँ हजुरले पढाइराख्नु भएको थियो अनि म यस्तो भन्न सुनेको थिएँ भनेर लेख्नु अहिले इट विल हेल्प मी मलाई सिकाउँछ कि यसले अर्को पढाउँदाखेरि यसले हेल्प मी बी अ बेटर टिचर हेल्प मी बी अ बेटर टिचर यस मुभ आइट
So in the last paragraph, the writer says how the computers in 50 years may be improved and may have done everything.
Before you go to 37th paragraph, can you go on 36th and say something what is there in 36th paragraph? There is something important here in 36th paragraph. Read the paragraph loudly. Read it.
Not yet. Most of us are not quite ready to toss out the scraps of morality and sanctity we have pieced together over the long, hard centuries. They may look shabby, but they are the best clothes we own.
There are two words here. Let me join you. Morality and sanctity, right? तिमीले युट्युबमा चाहिँ जस्तै युट्युबमा जाऊ अनि सर्च बारमा सेक्स लेख ट्राई गर ल युट्युबले के गर्छ एज भेरिफिकेसन माग्छ है अनि त्यसपछि एज भेरिफिकेसनलाई तिम्रो इमेल माग्छ राइट अनि इमेलमा त एज हाले हुन्छ नि अनि त्यो 5-6 स्टेप थ्रु लान्छ तिमीलाई फिल्टर गर्छ अनि तिमी माइनर होइन भन्ने भएपछि बल्ल उसले त्यो सेक्स भिडियो देखाउँछ त्यहाँ राइट त्यो पनि पोर्नोग्राफिक हुँदैन एकाडेमिक हुन्छ मेडिकल हुन्छ यो यस्तो पहिला थिएन 5 वर्ष अगाडि यस्तो हुँदैन थियो सिधै आउँथ्यो मैले कहाँबाट खोज्दैछु भने इमेजिन गर घरमा तिम्रो मम्मी हुनुहुन्छ ड्याडी हुनुहुन्छ आडमा त्यो सँगै बसिराख्नु भएको छ र तिमीले युट्युबमा सेक्स लेख्यौ भने ड्याडीले ए बाबु यो के गरेर कोही नगरे यस्तो भन्नुहुन्छ नि त पोसिबली राइट अब ड्याडीले यो यस्तो कुरा हेर्ने होइन पऱ्यो कुरा भनेर भन्नुभयो भने द्याट इज मोरालिटी र उसको आर्गुमेन्ट के हो अ रियल ह्युमन बिइङ ह्याज द्याट सेन्स अफ मोरालिटी के ड्याडी आर्मा हुनुहुन्छ भने नगर भन्नुहुन्छ नि त म सर आर्मा छु भने नगर भन्छु नि त तर मेसिनले भन्दैन भन्छ कि उसले तर मेरो त अब आजभोलि के छ machines also have morality sense. कि अहिले के छ तिमी युट्युबमा गएर सेक्स भएर हान देखाउँदैन एज के हो भनेर सोध्छ राइट तिम्रो के अरे कार्ड राख भन्छ इमेल राख भन्छ फोन नम्बर राख भन्छ अनि तसरी सोध्छ आर यु स्योर यु वान्ट टु सी इट भन्छ अनि बल्ल देखाउँछ भनेपछि द मसिन्स अल्सो सिम्स टु हेभ सम सोर्ट अफ मोरालिटी नाउ मलाई लागेको कुरा आई एम ट्राइङ टु डिसअग्री विथ राइट हियर उसले के भनिरहेछ machines do not have the feeling of morality and purity. म के भनिरहेको छु now we have machines that seems to have some sense of morality and sanctity. तिमीले अहिले फेसबुक खोल अनि अर्को ब्राउजरमा कुनै अडल्ट कुरा खोल फेसबुकले ट्र्याक गर्छ अनि के गर्छ भने तिमीले त्यो अडल्ट चिज खोल्यौ भने र फेसबुक चलायो भने फेसबुकमा त्यस्तै विज्ञापन आउन सुरु गर्छ यसले के थाहा भयो यहाँ के भनिरहेछ उसले मसिन क्यान नट चेक मोरल भनिरहेछ नि उसले म के भनिरहेको छु नाउ वी हेभ मसिन्स द्याट चेक द मोरल एस्पेक्ट एन्ड दे टिच अस तिमी अहिले हेर न तिमी चाहिँ गुगलमा हाउ टु मेक अ बमहरू टाइप गर उत्तर आउँदैन बम बनाउनु हुँदैन भने जवाफ आउँछ तिमी गुगलमा गएर कुनै इलिगल कुरा टाइप गर कि अनि गुगलले यसको सल्युसन के भन्छ यस्तो गर्नु हुँदैन भन्छ कि इजन्ट गुगल टिचिङ मोरालिटी यस दे आर सो डु यु रियलाइज नाउ यो त कहिले लेखा यो किताब यो एस्से 21 वर्ष अगाडि लेखा हो नि त यो त 2001 पब्लिस भएको एस्से हो नि त आज के भइरहेछ उसले जे कुरा छैन भनिरहेछ नि इट इज ह्यापनिङ now machines seem to have that moral sense right yes
so in the end in the last paragraph the writer says how in 50 years machines could build powerful machines could be built and many more people will believe how machines are revolutionary and it's a beginning of new age but at the end of the day we will figure out how little they mean
a machine you can create supercomputer but even the supercomputer means little before the creator जे बनाए पनि त हामीले दिमागले बनाएको हो नि अनि त्यो बनाएको चिज बनाउने मान्छेभन्दा ठुलो हुन्छ यसको अर्थ के हो नथिङ क्यान बी कम्पेयर टु ह्युमन बिइङ no technology can outsmart human being. Nothing can be compared to human being. So the happiness that a human being can give you, nothing can give you. त्यो खुसी जुन तिमीलाई अर्को मान्छेले दिन्छ नि त्यो अरू कुनै पनि चिज दिन सक्दैन So do not run for laptops and mobiles and Wi-Fi. कसै कहाँ पाउन गयो भने पासवर्ड माग्ने होइन के जाँदा बित्तिकै हालचाल सोध्ने हो गफ गर्ने हो कुरा गर न हामी के गर्छौँ पाउन गयो पहिलो काम के भन्छ मोबाइल निकाल्यो अन गर्यो त्यो स्क्यान गरिदेऊ त भन्छ त्यसपछि कोही कोहीसँग बोल्दैन हेपेपछि सब ए औँला घोट्याछ बसिया छ द्याट डज नट ब्रिङ सो कन्क्लुजन के हो It is not wealth that brings happiness. It is not information that brings happiness. It is not technology that brings happiness. It is our company with other human beings that brings us happiness. Thank you. Well done. Good. Talia. Okay, wonderful. Now we have some time, 20-minute time. अब के गरौँ भने I'll call somebody र तपाईले के गर्नुहुन्छ the opposing view मा प्रेजेन्ट गर्नुस् है त there are 4 paragraphs दुईटा अप्सन तपाई तयार हुनुहुन्छ सर्न गर्नुस् तपाईलाई तयार छैन भने आउनुस् बोलाएपछि र प्याराग्राफहरु 1 by 1 पढ्नुस् and we'll talk है त रेडी सो पहिला उले जस्तै म तपाईलाई आफै बनाउँछु को आउँछ आउनुस् उले जस्तै म गर्छु भन्नुस् न ठीक छ अब यो पनि डेभलप गरौँ के टिचरले चाहिँ लट्री गर्ने भन्दा पनि तपाईँ सर म गर्छु भन्नु किन डराएको हामी यहाँ पर्फेक्सन लिन आएको होइन ट्राई हो नि त ओके आल आल डु इट भन्नुहोस् न एकजना आउनुहोस् ल म ट्राई गर्छु भन्नुहोस् कि आउनुहोस् पढ्नु भएको छ बुझेको कुरा भन्नुहोस् पढ्नु भएको छ नि सँगसँगै पढौँ आल एक्सप्लेन लेट्स डु को टिचिङ के टिम टिचिङ जस्तो दुईजनाले पढाउनु त विद्यार्थी र सर मिलेर पढाउनु ल एकजना आउनुहोस् न छिट्टो टाइम गइरहेको छ ओके सर आल डु इट भन्नुहोस् कमान कस्तो डराएको तपाईँहरू कमान मैले पढ्ने बेला के भन्छ म अहिले पनि क्लासमा गएर पढ्न जान्छु नि त भर्ना भएर मैले जहिले पनि टिचरले सोधेर पहिला म उफ्रिहाल्छु कि जम्प गरिहाल्छु आल डु इट भयो नआए पनि घर जाने बोल्ने आएन सरले सिकाउनु छ नि त वाट द प्रब्लम आउँदैन त टिचर पनि टिच नो प्रब्लम ओके ल आउनुहोस् एकजना क्विकली हेलो सबडी कम एकजना आउनुहोस् त कसले पढ्नु भएको छ यो अपोजिङ भाग आउनुहोस् त सबैले पढाएको त हात कोही उठाउँदैन रोल नम्बर 19 यो चाहिँ तपाईँलाई अब लायो नि त होइन लट्ठी भएपछि जोगियो नि त जानुहोस् So happy. What's the name?
Luniva.
Huh?
Luniva.
How do you spell it?
Luniva.
Luniva.
Yes, sir.
It has a meaning, right?
Yes, sir.
What does it mean?
Rising sun.
The rising sun. Luniva. So we have the rising sun. Okay, let's move ahead. No problem. Just let's together teach the class. Hello, class. Will you kind of listen to us? Yes, go on.
To the editor, in this article, Computers and the Pursuit of Happiness, David Galanter
Okay.
completely misses the key points. For one thing, which while it is true, as he writes, that our need for food, shelter and clothing hasn't changed significantly because of the technology, the methods of acquiring these goods certainly are. I do not have to hunt for lunch with a spear. Rather, it is produced and distributed very efficiently with the help of computers.
Oh, wait. So what is the point he's making?
Our life is here.
Yeah. Can you explain? What is he saying? Two things. One
is
we need food. We need shelter. We need clothes, no doubt. But the way we get these things is changing. अहिले के छ घर पाउमा खान मन लाग्यो घर पकाउनु पनि अप्सन छ 4 घण्टा लाग्छ ठ्याक्कै 4 घण्टा लाग्छ टाइम छैन त्यहाँ एप खोल्यो अनलाइनमा अनलाइन पे गर्यो 1 घण्टामा यत्रो बक्सा बोकेर आउँछ एउटा मान्छे आउँछ मोमो डेलिभरी गर्छ खा पकाउनु पर्यो नि त त्यो पकाउन पढेर बस्यो भने सो टेक्नोलोजी इज हेल्पिङ द डिस्ट्रिब्युसन अफ गुड्स राइट एन्ड इट इज अल्सो चेन्जिङ द प्रोडक्सन अल्सो होइन त Now we are producing faster, huge amounts and using technology, right? Yes, next paragraph.
For another thing, and of far greater importance, the internet extends the very substantial changes in Western civilization brought about by the printing press. The printed world enabled Western civilization's overthrow of the monarchical systems of government, certainly a sea change in the way we once lived and thought. In our own lifetime, television was the pivotal factor in the overthrow of the Soviet regime, accomplishing quietly what all of the America's missiles couldn't. Today, the internet is challenging China's ability to repress the development of ideas in that culture too.
Okay, so can you explain what is the point? What is the point? दुईवटा कुरा छ पढ्दाखेरि अभिबुद्धको भन्दाखेरि एउटा राइटरले भनिरहेको हुन्छ केही प्याराग्राफमा अर्को राइटरले केही भन्न खोजिरहेको हुन्छ तिमीहरू के गर्छ भने राइटरले के भनिरहेछ सबैले थाहा पाउँदो रहेछ, तर के भन्न खोजिरहेछ थाहा पाउँदो रहेछ कि त्यो भन्ने वाट इज द राइटर सेइङ भर्सेस वाट इज द राइटर ट्राइङ टु से, अथवा वाट इज ही सेइङ एन्ड वाट इज ही मिन, वाट इज ही सेइङ एन्ड वाट इज ही मिन। तिमीहरूले वाट इज ही सेइङ सबैले थाहा पाउँदो रहेछ पढ्दाखेरि, वाट डज ही मिन थाहा पाउँदो रहेछ कि मैले देखाएको कुरा। And it is more important to be able to know what the writer means than being able to know what the writer is saying. दुईवटा कुरा हुन्छ राइटिङमा। The writers say one thing and they mean something else. They mean something else. It's important to know what they mean than knowing what they say. What they say त obvious हुन्छ, त्यही लेखेको छ। What they mean चाहिँ obvious हुँदैन के। अब what they mean कसरी थाहा हुन्छ? There is a word, there is a phrase, reading between the lines. यो reading between the lines भने के हो? राइटरले सिधै नभनेको तर सजेस्ट गर्न खोजेको कुरा बुझ्ने। तिम्रो कहिले साथी बोल्दाखेरि मैले बुझिरहेको छु, तिम्रो इन्टेन्सन बुझिरहेको छु भन्छ नि, गफ एउटा भइरहेको हुन्छ, अनि तिमी म बुझिरहेको छु भन्छ भने के हो? तिमीले भन्दा यस्तो भनिरहेछौ तर तिम्रो इन्टेन्सन मैले बुझिरहेको छु भन्छ नि। हो, वाट इज द इन्टेन्सन अफ द अथर? यही प्याराग्राफमा क्यान यु टेल द्याट वाट इज इट ट्राइङ टु से? वाट इज इट सेइङ भन्दाखेरि त हि टक्स अबाउट इन्टरनेट, राइट? हेर त फर्स्ट सेन्टेन्समा हि टक्स अबाउट इन्टरनेट, हि टक्स अबाउट वेस्टर्न सिभिलाइजेसन, राइट? He talks about printing press, he talks about television, he talks about Soviet regime, he talks about China. It's the same bomb, right? What does it mean? What does it mean? It's a गाह्रो पार्ट है। What does it mean? यो भन्न सक्यो भने you become a good reader. कसले आर्ट्स पढ्छ, जिआरई दिन जान्छ नि, स्याट दिन्छ नि, त्यो बेलामा what does it mean बढी चाहिन्छ कि? What does it mean? It means, look, अर्थ के हो? Technology has immense power for social change भन्या हो। देखान त बोले पहिला नि मेरो त for another thing and far greater importance the internet extends the very substantial change in western civilization brought about by printing press. Printing press made books available to everybody, right? And church lost its control over Bible. पहिले के थियो? बाइबल चर्चमा हुन्थ्यो, घरमा हुँदैन थियो, अनि चर्चले मात्रै बाइबललाई पढाउँथ्यो नि त। प्रेस आएपछि के भयो? हातमा बाइबल भयो कि। चेन्ज के आयो? चर्च लस्ट इट्स कन्ट्रोल। अब अहिले इन्टरनेट आयो, नाउ पहिला किताब त लाइब्रेरीमा जानु पर्थ्यो, झिक्नु पर्थ्यो, पढ्नु पर्थ्यो। अब कोही न्युज आयो, एक क्लिकमा सेयर गर्छौ, 5000 पुग्छ नि, सिधा फास्ट चेन्ज। सो टेक्नोलोजी इज ब्रिङ्गिङ unimaginable social changes. हो, त्यो हो भन्न खोजेको। तर भनि के रहेछ? इन्टरनेट भन्छ, प्रेस भन्छ, भन्न खोजेको के हो? टेक्नोलोजी हेज इमेन्स पोसिबिलिटिज फर सोसल चेन्ज। नेक्स्ट हेर त, त्यही तल टेलिभिजन भन्छ, अनि चाइनाबारे कुरा छ भने के हो? टुडे द इन्टरनेट इज च्यालेन्जिङ चाइनाज स्टेबिलिटी टु रिप्रेस द डेभलपमेन्ट अफ आइडियाज इन द कल्चर टु। चाइनामा फेसबुक चलाउन पाइँदैन। मेरो मोबाइलमा विच्याट छ, इन्स्टल गरेको छु मैले। फेसबुकमा चाहिँ जे पनि सेयर गर्न मिल्छ, त्यहाँ मिल्दैन, एकदमै कन्ट्रोल छ। अनि विच्याट के हो? विच्याट चाइनिज सरकारले चलाउँछ र चाइनिज गभर्मेन्टले कन्ट्रोल गर्छ। तपाईँले के गर्नुहुन्छ त्यो फिल्टर भइरहन्छ, वाच भइरहन्छ के भइरहेछ भनेर। के यस्तो किन भयो? चाइना हेज अ कम्युनिस्ट गभर्मेन्ट and the government wants to exercise greater control over people. यसले के भनिरहेछ? इन्टरनेट इज च्यालेन्जिङ द्याट कन्ट्रोल। अस्ति के भयो? चाइनामा त्यो कोभिड फेरि फैल्यो नि, अनि चाइनाले फेरि लकडाउन गर्यो, अनि लकडाउन गरेपछि लाखौँ करोडौँ चाइनिजहरू सडकमा निस्कियो कि विरोधमा। लुक, अनि उसले के गरिरहेछ? नेट ब्यान गर्छ, के को लागि? टु कन्ट्रोल people. यहाँ के भनिरहेछ? टेक्नोलोजी क्यान बी युज्ड or is being used to defeat dictatorial rulers भनेको। Do you get this point? अब तिम्रो कमजोरी के भयो? यहाँ सर चाइना भनेर चाहिँ थाहा पाउँछौँ तर के बुझ्नु भने हाउ टेक्नोलोजी इज युज्ड फर इम्प्रुभिङ डेमोक्रेसी भन्ने तिमी थाहा पाउँदो रहेछौ कि द्याट्स वाइ निड टु डेभलप अगाडि पढ त आशा मतलब नरिसाउ नि
To suggest that a worldwide person-to-person medium will have little or no impact, as Mr. Gallanter does, is to be an extreme luddite. The web holds the potential of increasing our ability to deal with our own government's bureaucratic complex, which is the greatest threat to individual freedom today. The web holds the potential of increasing our ability to deal with our own government's bureaucratic complex.
Wait. Today, if you are not happy with a decision made by government, you instantly post a status, right? हिजो के भयो शेरबहादुर देउवाको सरकारले रेशम चौधरी जसमाथि चाहिँ 10 जना पुलिस मारेको आरोप छ र जो अहिले जेलमा हुनुहुन्छ 3-4 वर्षदेखि जसलाई लाइफ जेलको सेन्टेन्स पाएको छ शेरबहादुर देउवाले रेशम चौधरीसँग 3 जना सांसद छ देउवालाई सरकार बनाउन 1 जना पुगेको छैन 138 बनाउन 137 छ अनि देउवाले अर्डिनान्स ल्याएर नयाँ कानुन बनाएर पुलिसलाई मारेको आरोप लागेको चौधरीलाई जेलबाट निकाल्न खोज्दैछ के शर्तमा म तिमीलाई जेलबाट निकालिदिन्छु तिमी 3 जना सांसद हामीलाई सपोर्ट गर भनेर केको लागि गभर्नमेन्ट बनाउनलाई अब अहिले फेसबुक हेर त छ्याप ती मान्छेहरूले विरोध गरिरहन् गगन थापाले बेठीको भन्यो प्रकाशले बेठीको भन्यो अनि फेसबुक भरि सबैले भनिरहेको छ कि के इक्जाम्पल दिएँ मैले इफ यु डु नट लाइक अ डिसिजन बाई गभर्मेन्ट युजिङ टेक्नोलोजी यु क्यान इन्स्ट्यान्टली एक्सर्साइज योर पावर अस्ति प्रचण्डले के भन्नुभयो हामी हार्यौँ माओवादीले भनेको कि हामी राम्रै काम गरिरहेका थियौँ तर हामी किन हार्यौँ भने अरू पार्टीहरूले सोसल मिडियामा राम्रो काम गरे देखाए बढी हल्ला बढी गरे र जिते अब हामीलाई सोसल मिडिया आर्मी चाहियो भन्नुभयो 4-5 दिन अगाडि अहिले फेसबुकमा चाहिँ माओवादी पार्टीले 1 मिनटको सानसानो क्लिप बनाइरहेछ कि आक्वाई गर्छ माओवादी राम्रो भनेर आक्वाई गर्छ दे रियलाइज कि युजिङ टेक्नोलोजी यु क्यान ब्रिङ सोसल चेन्ज यस अगाडि पढ्दा छैनस्
which is the greatest threat to the individual freedom today.
कसरी हुन सक्छ त्यो सेन्टेन्स फेरि पढ्दा वेबबाट हेलो क्लास उसले पढा सेन्टेन्स फोकस गर त त्यो सेन्टेन्स फेरि पढ्दा द वेब
The web holds the potential of increasing our ability to deal with our own government's bureaucratic complex, which is the greatest threat to individual freedom today.
कसरी चाहिँ यो टेक्नोलोजीले इन्डिभिजुअल फ्रिडममा थ्रेट ल्याउन सक्छ एउटा इक्जाम्पल सरकारले बेला बेलामा सोसल मिडियालाई कन्ट्रोल गर्ने ल लिएर आउँछ नि अस्ति चुनाव बेलामा के आयोगले के गर्यो जागिर खाने मान्छेलाई लाइक नगर कमेन्ट नगर सेयर नगर भनेको थियो मिडियामा याद छ पार्टीहरूलाई मैले के हेर्छौ त निर्वाचन आयोगले गभर्मेन्ट जब गर्ने टिचरले प्रोफेसरले कर्मचारीहरूले कुनै पनि पोलिटिकल पार्टीको मेसेजमा लाइक नगर्नु कमेन्ट नगर्नु सेयर नगर्नु भनेर कि अब मलाई मन परेन मैले त्यहाँ विरोध लेखेँ कि अनि मुद्दा पऱ्यो नो नट अगेन गर्न पाइँदैन भनेर सरकारहरूको पनि भन्यो नि त नो नट अगेनलाई लाइक गर्यो भने 1 लाख क्यास पेनाल्टी र 5 वर्ष जेल डिसिसन गरेको थियो नि अनि एकजना त्रिपाठी पनि वकिलले केस गरे सुप्रिम कोर्टमा र कोर्टले नो नट अगेनलाई नरोक्नु भने कि अनि फेरि छ त्यो इक्जाम्पल हो द सेम टेक्नोलोजी क्यान बी युज टु ट्र्याक यु to know what you are thinking and doing and to control you. Yes, go on. पढ्दा अगाडि द वेब
Again, the web.
We the अर्को सेन्टेन्स पढ्दा
We the electorate can.
What is electorate? कसलाई भन्छ electorate भनेको भोटर पढ
We the electorate can follow bills to committee through debate and correspond directly with our representatives and their staff.
Look, wait, let's explain now. We don't have this in Nepal. Suppose a bill is being discussed in parliament. कुनै कानुन पार्लियामेन्ट सल्भ भइरहेछ, राइट? If the parliament has a live telecast of the discussion, you can listen to the discussion on your mobile phone, right? And you can send your comments there. So what is happening? You can directly participate in the parliamentary procedure using internet. संसदमा कानुन पास हुन्छ नि, कसले पास गर्छ? सांसद, राइट? अब इमेजिन गर त, त्यो कानुन पास गर्ने बेलामा नेपालभरिको मान्छेको भोट माग्ने सिस्टम भएर अनलाइन भोटिङ हुने हो भने त तिमीले पनि त त्यो कानुन पढेर मलाई मन पर्यो, मलाई मन परेन भन्न सक्छौ नि. सो टेक्नोलोजी क्यान हेल्प यु टु पार्टिसिपेट इन गभर्मेन्ट प्रोसिजर. अब यहाँ के भइरहेछ? द राइटर इज डिस्क्राइबिङ positive things about technology. Kina? Because David Galanter in his essay talked mostly negative things about technology. Galanter presented technology negatively. This writer is presenting technology as positively. Yes, move ahead.
Ultimately, the internet may help facilitate the direct voting on important issues such as taxes and the government spending.
तिमीले समाचारमा कान्तिपुरमा बेलुकाको न्युजमा बिचमा चाहिँ जन्मध्वनि आउँछ नि, पहिले याद छ? एउटा क्वेसन दिएको हुन्छ एक दिन अगाडि, अनि मान्छेले भोट गर्न पाउँछ नि, पिपल्स पोल भन्ने आउँछ नि, न्युज बिचमा आउँछ नि, अनि ग्राफ देखाउँछ नि. त्यस्तै खालको अगाडि पढ्दा.
Most important, the internet will bring comprehensive education to more and more people throughout the world.
Look, education through internet. Today we have online class. Move it.
Marshall McLuhan gave us the startling image of a camel driver listening to a radio in the desert, no longer separated from the rest of the world. The internet will extend not just communication but our universe of educational experience to all the remote people of the world, even if the remoteness is the result of economic rather than geographical factors. The impact of this spreading education is unpredictable, but if history is any example, it will be used to enhance freedom.
Look, internet will spread education, and education will bring freedom. Look, argument. Technology will make more people educated. And once people are educated, they will fight against dictatorial government. Internet will bring education, and education will bring freedom. Look, this girl. तिमीले PhD गर्यो भने you become you have more freedom. तिमीले अहिले बिहा गर्यो एकछिनलाई कल्पना गर, अहिले फर्स्ट बिहा गर्यो अहिले नै, सेकेन्ड थर्ड सेम पुग्दा बच्चा हुन सक्छ. हाँस्नु पर्ने केही पनि छैन. एकछिन बुझ न कुरा. उसले बच्चा हुर्काउने कि पढ्न आउने, उसले बिहा गरेन, BBA पास गर्यो, MBA पास गर्यो, PhD गर्यो, अनि मात्रै बिहा गर्यो भने अब बच्चा हुर्काउने डिस्टर्बेन्स भएन नि त. उसले जब पाउँछ, अर्निङ पाउँछ, बढी पैसा कमाउँछ, बढी पैसा कमाएपछि हस्बेन्डसँग पैसा माग्नु परेन, राइट? उसले प्रोभाइड गर्छ मनी, एन्ड सी बिकम्स फ्री. So when you are educated, you have higher earning, you have money. When you have money, you have freedom. Education brings money, money brings freedom. Now, I will say what? Internet brings education, education brings economic independence, and economic independence brings freedom. Internet brings education, education brings economic independence, and economic independence becomes freedom. Thank you. ल हल्ला गर्नेहरूलाई पनि धन्यवाद. ल नसुन्नेहरूलाई पनि धन्यवाद. मलाई मेल लेख्नु के क्लासमा के हो हजुरले पढाएको यो नसुन्ने किन सुनेर मलाई लेख न है. थ्याङ्क यू.